to the second baseman, Cano. The Yankees are back on top. World champions for the 27th time.
The last 14 years of Yankees baseball has been pathetic. There's no way else to put it. They used to be the team that dominated, and they were held to the highest standards across the sport. Playing in New York, they're always at the top of the MLB attendance list. Over the course of the 90s and early 2000s, the Yankees always had a top core in baseball. Number 2, aka Derek Jeter, was the man who held this team to such a high standard. They had legends like the greatest closer of all time in Mariano Rivera, but in 2013, everything began to fall apart for New York. After 2013, Mariano retired, and in 2014, Jeter retired. Then in 2016, Alex Rodriguez retired. Everyone was leaving, and at this point, it became apparent to everyone that the Yankees were entering a new era, with completely new players and everything. Now, the next Yankee legend was going to be Aaron Judge. Judge had his rookie year in 2017, and he did not disappoint. The 6'7" beast hit 52 home runs in his rookie year. 52 homers in a rookie year is absolutely wild. This was the player that they had to build around, which they did, but the team fell short every single postseason. In 2018, Aaron Boone became the brand new Yankees manager. GM Brian Cashman was trying to do just about everything that he could to get the team back to winning, and that's what I could respect, but it just didn't work. In that same year, they traded for Giancarlo Stanton from the Miami Marlins. Yet again, another power bat trying to build a team of power bats. He hit 59 home runs the year before joining the Yankees, so he had so much potential. The Yankees went on to become playoff chokers year in and year out. 2019 was yet again another big signing, and this time it was third baseman DJ LeMahieu, but just no matter what they did, New York kept losing over and over again in the playoffs. Fast forwarding into 2023, the Yankees' plan has failed. The team has failed in total, and power hitters just don't work. Power hitters being the whole lineup is just not the way that you do things. DJ LeMahieu is also washed. His 2023 was a sign that he took a big step down. Giancarlo Stanton, yeah, he's terrible. He can't play in the outfield, plus his power isn't even worth it anymore considering he has such a low average. Brian Cashman has been the GM since 1998. This is the most prestigious team in all of sports, and not being in the World Series since 2009, yeah, that's a pretty big problem, at least if you ask me. It's not the early 2000s anymore, and Cashman is clearly washed. He has failed. They finished with a record of 82-80 last year. This team isn't prepared, and they're just not doing enough. The Yankees have so many bad contracts to the point it's just so hard to keep up with them all. Last year, they gave a contract to Carlos Rodon, the Giants superstar pitcher, and yeah, you know what? He was awful in 2023, of course. The guy had a 6.85 ERA, a once again complete and utter failure. As bad as they were, they did still manage to have at least some sort of talent on the team, right? The big problem was the lack of superstars. Outside of Aaron Judge, they had no superstars. Their record with Aaron Judge was 57-49. Again, not a good team. But without him, they were even worse and were a bottom tier team. They went 25-31 without him. The Yankees needed a total revamp from top to bottom in this roster for the sake of winning and for the sake of Cashman keeping his job. The first deal was something that I actually really didn't expect to see. Boston was looking to get rid of outfielder Alex Verdugo. Doogie has good defense and an average bat. Defense is something that the New York Yankees really needed, plus they needed a player who can hit for average, so they made the trade with the Red Sox, trading away 3 minor league pitchers for Doogie. This was overall a pretty good move for the New York Yankees. I like the move overall, but it was also pretty weird to see two of the biggest rivals in all of sports actually making a trade, and especially considering how much that this one actually helps the New York Yankees. Now, this was a good trade, but it wasn't the player that they were looking for. There was one player that stood out to everyone when it came to a trade target, and that player was Juan Soto. Soto is a complete game changer for any lineup who has him. He's one of the best power hitters in baseball, and he walks at a really high rate. As soon as the offseason began, the Yankees were all over him. but they knew that getting him was going to be costing them a lot of pitching because that's exactly what the Padres wanted. They got a deal done with the Padres, making Juan Soto a New York Yankee. Yeah, the Yankees might have won the trade, but they had to give up a lot. If you guys recall last year, Michael King was converted into a starter for the Yankees, and he was actually pretty good. He had a 2.23 ERA as a starter, and Yankees fans thought that he would be one of the top guys in 2024. Unfortunately for Yankees fans, he was the highlight of this trade for the San Diego Padres, so King is now a Padre. But it wasn't just him that they traded, because they also ended up trading two long relievers that weren't great, by the way, but still worth noting. And then they traded a really good starter. Now, this guy's by the name of Drew Thorpe. Thorpe was the minor league prospect of the year last year, or I believe minor league pitcher. I take that back. He was really, really good. And I expected this guy to be a core part of the Yankees' future. Losing all of these guys in a year that they really need pitching is going to hurt. Yeah, I mean, sure, at least the lineup gets better, but it's just a lot, man. You had to give up top pitching. It's going to hurt them. Garrett Cole was the man last year. He won the AL Cy Young, but outside of him, there was just nothing to be excited about if you were a Yankees fan. The one way to solve it was landing a superstar pitcher in free agency. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the top pitcher on the market, that was the guy to go and get. It came down to the New York Yankees and the LA Dodgers. The Yankees offered more money in Yamamoto's contract than the Dodgers did, yet he still chose to go out and play for the Dodgers. Yeah, he wanted to play in LA. So how much can you really blame Brian Cashman? Well, actually, I could blame him quite a bit, more than you'd think. Why would he want to play for a team that hasn't won anything since 2009, when you could instead go and play for a team that won the World Series in 2020, and they just signed Shohei Ohtani? Why not go and play for them, compared to the team who hasn't won anything in how long? The Yankees not being the top pick for free agents, that is a problem. Players don't want to go to New York, and if they had a rotation of Garrett Cole, Yamamoto, and Rodon as their top three, that would have been really good. That could have been the thing that could have ignited them to becoming winners once again. Instead, they don't have that. I understand that the lineup improved this year, but what does it matter when you have no starting pitching? I get that the Yankees can still make a big move, and yes, I expect them to bring in some sort of a pitcher. But here's what I want you to ask yourself. Could the Yankees still trade for a big-name pitcher? Maybe a guy like Shane Bieber or even Dylan Cease. But doing either of those trades requires big-name prospects to be traded. Do the Yankees have the material to make either of those actually happen? To me, it sounds like they don't actually have the capital to go and make a big pitching move happen. You have to give up top prospects. What top prospects do they truly have that they are willing to give up? And then you even look at the free agent pitchers. Well, there's also concern there. Blake Snell is yet again another risky contract if they were to do it. Do the Yankees really want to go ahead and take another risk? They've taken enough of those, and all of them have not panned out. It didn't work with Rodon, and I don't think that it could work with Blake Snell. A lot of the team is failed contracts. Another one would not be worth it. Now, the other man who I could see them having a reunion with is Jordan Montgomery. I would not hate if they got him. As a Red Sox fan, I would, but if they did, it would be a great duo. Him and Cole would combine to be really good, but they traded him for Harrison Bader back in 2022. So how much did the Yankees actually value him? I'm not sure that they would be willing to go ahead and pay him the money that he wants. A dynasty of Garrett Cole, Aaron Judge, and Juan Soto could have been on the way to happening if they got Yamamoto. But not signing him puts them in just such a weird situation. Currently, they're wasting years of Aaron Judge. He's only getting older, and that's what you got to hate if you are a Yankees fan. I'm not sure what's going to be happening, but it's going to be really, really interesting. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already, and peace out.